There are experts who say that, it will take probably end of 2022 for things to come back to normal. There are the more optimistic ones also, which says that, if we find a vaccine, there may be a exponential comeback to normal. So we'll have to see how that pans. But in terms of entrepreneurship, even a pandemic like this gives opportunities. So if you look at, and I follow the stock markets very closely, not because I'm a great investor, but just to follow industry. The markets are currently going fairly normal and quite dizzy. And the reason is everybody is sort of optimistic of a better future, and everybody is optimistic that once this thing sorts out, things will come back to normal, and they will come back to normal extremely fast. In terms of industries, the entire consumer product industry, food products, etc., it's probably having one of its best times. So since everybody is at home, there is proper cooking happening at home. A lot of consumer products are, they're registering year-on-year growths of 20 to 30%. IT sector, which is one of the largest sectors now in India, is seeing a boom worldwide. And just this transition of various day-to-day mechanical processes into digital is itself a large market. So economists say that itself will be like a $86.2 billion market worldwide on this entire digital front. And the large IT companies in India are rightly poised to pick up some of these opportunities. So we will see some of these opportunities. There's also a time where government will have to, create a lot of expenditure. So most of the GDP growth will now have to come from this element in GDP calculation called government expenditure. So government will have to create new projects, and the old economists like Adam Smith, etc., say that even if the government gives money to people to dig holes and to fill up holes, they should still do something like that, so that people are employed and people are gainfully getting money. And we are seeing that in the government schemes like the Manrega scheme, etc., where close to 125 million families have applied for jobs, and so there will be some implementation issues here and there. I think for the young entrepreneur, the trick is to find out small niches of interesting work and of products and of services. We have seen some fairly large pivots in terms of, we have seen Ayurveda companies shutting down most Ayurveda products and going into hand sanitizers. We have seen manufacturers who had 3D printing machines stopping everything and starting to make the face shields.
Yeah.
So a lot of such opportunities are there, and I think it's for us to see. One is, of course, we can just wait and lie down and wait till everything's get better. But I think somewhere we need to sort of get hold of the situation ourselves and try to do the best in terms of what else can we do, or is there something that we can do in the current scenario. Yeah, so Poonam, the first part of the question, no, salaries is not a constraint, because today even the entry level salaries are quite high. So if you salary is definitely not and I speak for most of the large companies, salary is definitely not a problem.
Not a constraint. Okay.
Not a constraint. I agree that if you have done functions which are fairly routine in nature, and if you have done if you have become a manager by just doing a lot of clerical functions, coordination and all that, there is technology which does a lot of that things now. So that becomes a problem. So for example, head of admin, which was an important role, a lot of such roles get done by bots and gets done through technology. So some of those roles, if you are a middle-aged professional, you need to have a higher skill set. So at any point of time, evaluate what you're doing and add new skill sets to your repertoire. And so just because you have 15 years of experience will not qualify you into any job. It has to be, so you need to, I would say, something practical that you can do is, write a CV for yourself, write a resume for yourself and see if you have the right kind of skills. If you don't have the right kind of skills, It is time for you to learn. There are lots of online resources to learn. There are websites which offer courses free and at very nominal rates. You should look at learning and retooling yourself, as they say. If a company has a spread of its costs, and if they say that 50% of my cost is people, or 60% of my cost is people, then definitely you will start looking at costs. But there are other factors as well. There is material. There is so you look at a lot of material substitution. The larger cost reduction themes which I'm seeing today is companies are looking at digitization and making some of these processes more efficient. So which means when I say efficient, they're trying to make lesser mistakes in some of these. By doing lesser mistakes, they will lose lesser money. They're looking at material substitution. Can I use something else for this, etc. They're also seeing whether they can make some changes in supply chain, get into new partnerships, and so it's like, if you, instead of sending an assembled product to, let's say, London, can I send this as a knockdown kit and of 7 different things, and then can it be assembled in England or wherever? And will there be a cost saving in this? So cost saving there are several ideas, much more than the people part.
Absolutely.
So everywhere, what we are doing in every company that we are working in is looking at what is the fixed cost, what is the variable cost. Is there any part of the fixed cost that you can make variable, so that otherwise there is, whether you run the company or not, the fixed cost needs to be borne. So is there any way that not in India, but in Western countries, we have seen this entire employee thing going on a contract basis, and what we call as gig economy. So people are also ready to, so at any point of time, they are working on a project based mode with multiple companies. They are not really spending all their time in one company. They're not a company's employee, but they are contractors in various companies. So such models will come to Kerala, to India as well, but it's early days. Here we are, and in fact, there has been an impetus not to fire too many people during these times also. Yeah. People have tried their best. A lot of companies have looked at such options in terms of, suppose some of the support functions work permanently from home. What is it that we can do? Can we avoid taking up this building in this IT park, etc.? And so those kind of things, we can always, we can look at, and we can try to figure what's the best way out. In the long run, this may also create a slightly lower demand for commercial space. That's what analysts say worldwide, saying that a lot of people, if this work from home comes in, then probably you don't require so much of commercial space, and your offices can be smaller and all that. So those are things, but I think it's still early days.